If you want to learn how to start an LLC in Florida, you're in the right place. Now, every state has slightly different rules when it comes to forming an LLC. Florida has one of the lowest state income taxes in the country, which makes it an ideal place to form an LLC, or limited liability company. Stick around to learn what the steps are to form your own limited liability company in Florida. To get an LLC, you can either do it yourself or hire someone to do it for you. If you're going the DIY route, there are 5 steps total to forming your LLC in Florida. Step number 1, name your LLC. Do you already have a name for your business? You'll need to search through the business name database that's kept on file with the Florida Secretary of State to make sure it isn't taken. Every state has its own rules about what kinds of names you're allowed to use in order to form your LLC. In general, you'll want to check that it's not easily confused with another business name on file. For example, Bear Claw LLC and Bear Claw LLC are not easily distinguishable, and you'll need to add either limited liability company, LLC, or LLC with periods in between each letter to your business's name. There are also certain words that may require additional paperwork, such as insurance, trust, bank, and Inc. Lastly, though this isn't a requirement of getting an LLC, you'll probably want to grab the domain name of your business name so that no one else gets it first. Step number 2, file articles of organization. Florida requires you to file articles of organization with the Secretary of State, either in person, online, or by mail. It will cost you $100 in addition to $25 for the registered agent designation, which we'll talk about in a moment. Make sure to include the name of your proposed LLC, the physical address of your Florida office, the designated registered agent, and how your LLC will be managed. One manager, more than one manager, or all LLC members. You'll also need a signature that verifies the registered agent understands and accepts the obligations outlined in Chapter 605, Section 0113 in the Florida statute. Step number 3, choose a registered agent. Having a registered agent is a requirement for forming an LLC in Florida. A registered agent refers to a person or business who sends and accepts all legal papers, acting as the point of contact for your LLC. These documents can include regulatory and tax notices, subpoenas, correspondence, and legal filings. Though your LLC can't be its own registered agent, your registered agent can be someone in your company, like you, or you can hire a professional service to do it for you, as long as your registered agent has a physical street address in Florida and is available during business hours. Step number 4, creating an operating agreement. Though Florida doesn't legally require you to maintain an operating agreement and file it with the Secretary of State, it is still an important step for forming your LLC. An operating agreement records your LLC setup, organizational structure, daily duties, and general rules. It defines the roles and responsibilities of all LLC members, including the percentage of ownership allocated to each member, how profits will be distributed, and how decisions will be made. It's the core document for your business, and it can help you prevent future misunderstandings. There are usually 6 main sections to an operating agreement. Section number 1, organization, describes when and where a company is created, who its members are, and how ownership is structured. Section 2, management and voting. Just like it sounds, it outlines how the company is managed and how the members vote. Section 3, capital contributions. Which members are financially supporting the LLC and how more funds plan to be raised in the future. Section 4, distributions. How the company's profits and losses are distributed among the members. Section 5, membership changes, the process of adding or removing members of the LLC, or if and when members can transfer their ownership shares. Section 6, dissolution, the circumstances in which the LLC may be dissolved. Your operating agreement is a living document that should be updated each time there's a change in the membership or management of your company. And though operating agreements aren't a requirement in the state of Florida, regulations do outline what they can and cannot cover. You can check Chapter 605 of the Florida statutes for those regulations. Step number 5, apply for an EIN. Your employer identification number is like a social security number specifically for your business. It's a 9-digit number assigned by the IRS to identify taxpayers who are required to file business tax returns. You should consider getting an EIN from the IRS if you want to open a business bank account, apply for a business loan, and pay your business income taxes. EINs are free, and you can get one from the IRS either online or by mail. And that's how you form an LLC in Florida. Note that if your LLC is not incorporated, you don't have to pay a state income tax, a perk of doing business in Florida. But the state maintains a corporate tax rate. And if your LLC is incorporated, it may be necessary to either pay the alternative minimum tax rate, 3.3%, or a standard income tax rate of 5.5%. You also may need to pay federal income taxes as an individual. Because Florida lacks a state income tax, the difference is often made up via local tax collection, and it's worth your while to look carefully into local tax requirements when determining where in Florida to base your business. If forming an LLC on your own sounds like too much of a headache, you can always go with option 2. Hiring a service to take care of your Florida LLC for you. Though it may cost more money than doing it yourself, there are a lot of benefits to hiring a pro like Tailor Brands. Our LLC service will take care of your formal application, get your EIN for you, create your operating agreement in your terms, and act as your registered agent. So you can rest easy knowing that your paperwork is taken care of, deadlines are met, and your privacy is protected. If you have any more questions about forming an LLC in Florida, you can check out the link to our blog post in the video description. Don't forget to visit the Tailor Brands website and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more information on how to successfully build your business from scratch. We can't wait to see what you create.